Our entire team is between 20 to 30, right? A couple of people above 30, but everyone's 20 to 30. We've got this internship program where we have freshers join in and we aim to convert everybody into full-timers, right? So a lot of experience working with freshers or college students, and as well as while you catering to their careers. One thing I love about Gen Z's, Gen Alpha also now is everyone is mission driven. If the vibe doesn't feel right, we don't do it, right? And by vibe it means the kind of people, the environment. But for a lot of the smart guys, the mission. Right? क्यों कर रहे हैं ये प्रोडक्ट, क्यों एग्जिस्ट करता है, क्यों ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना है, नंबर ऑफ क्वेश्चंस, क्यूरियोसिटी, मिशन फोकस, just love that, and that's the number one thing that we even look for when we are hiring. What I don't love is when you come in with zero work experience and you say, I want to do strategy. How can you do strategy? Right? You haven't, like she just mentioned, you have to do the grunt work before you can do strategy. We say as founders, we're chief everything officers because we'll clean the floor after a party and we will talk strategy also. But you can only get there because you've done 20 things, seen 5 that don't work, seen 5 that work, and 10 which work okay. Right? That gives you the ability, experience, wisdom, whatever it is to do strategy. Number one pet peeve, if I have someone in an interview say, I want a strategist role. Can't do. I want a strategist role as a founder and I don't have it yet. Right? That's one. Secondly, again, controversial for sure, work-life balance. I don't think that exists in 20s. Please first get work, do great at work, then build for work-life balance in your 30s is my take at it. Right? But it's work-life in phases, right? There's a phase for a lot of work, there's a phase for a lot of life, there's a phase for having fun. Do it in phases. And one last thing, it's a good and a bad thing. Gen Z thinks nothing is a big deal, right? If the product breaks down for an entire day, not a big deal. If I have to go speak up to the founder also as an intern, not a big deal. Okay, boss. I think they wanted me to cut that statement out, but yeah, it's a great thing because it gives you guts, right, to do things and say things that someone else would have hesitated 10 times. But it's also not a great thing if you don't take your work seriously, right? So it's double-edged sword, be mindful.
Is it still working? Is it working? Yeah. I actually don't like the classification of Gen Z, Gen A, Gen X, baby, boomer, and what do you call millennials and stuff like that. I actually don't like that classification. It's like saying तू Libra है ना तो ऐसा ही होगा, तू Gen Z है ना तो ऐसा ही होगा. I think the problem runs both ways. A lot of the bosses, so-called or entrepreneurs or leaders now are millennials, right? और हम लोग खुद और हमारे बीच और Gen Z so-called के बीच में जो जनरेशन गैप है versus us and the Gen X and the baby boomers used to be like 20 years, 10 years, right? हमारे यहाँ पे बीच में 5-10 साल का गैप है and हम ही बड़े नहीं हुए तो आप लोग को कैसे गाइड करेंगे, right? So to my mind, I think the problem runs both ways. But okay, let me come back to the question and answer it quickly. Gen Z, if I have to sort of classify you guys, I hate it because then I'll have to be classified as a millennial. Gen Z, good part. If you guys are warriors without a purpose, तो नहीं चलेगा. Warriors with purpose, और अगर मैं आपको as a leader purpose दे पा रही हूँ, as a mentor purpose दे पा रही हूँ ना, brilliant. I have never seen a more purpose-driven, focused workforce to my mind, right? And again, I work with a lot of you, so that's that. And the bad part is, did you hear the good part? Okay, the good part, I'll say it again. If you're warriors with a purpose, it's great. There is no more motivated workforce than the current generation. So warriors without a purpose, the Prikasari generation will be lost there, right? So I as a leader have to step up and give you a purpose. If I don't have purpose or if I have not defined my purpose or my focus, I won't be able to guide you. So that's the good part. The bad part, and I'd love for you guys to cut us some slack. It's not on you, it's on me. But till that time, don't give me the cold stare, yeah. That cold stare is very sad. It's like, you know, you say, and then it just stops. There is nothing beyond it. इसके आगे पीछे बोलते, इसके पीछे कुछ नहीं. मुझे cold stare मत दो. मुझे बता दो क्या problem है ना. I'm hoping that my clan also works on it. So it's not on you, it's on us.
No, so I have to chime in on this one because I'm also surrounded by a lot of Gen Zs. In fact, one of them is sitting here. For those of you who don't know, Umang is part of my team and he's part of Founders Office. He came and interned with us for 3 odd months, Umang, and then we sort of took him in. And he's essentially, so I think, you know, I'm going to try and tie up a lot of conversation here, right? The unfortunate part is that the purpose Gen Z is looking at right now is very distorted. Most of your purposes in life is that if I put up a new reel on Instagram, how many likes and comments have come on it? Or that I aspire to have X car, X house, all of that. These are not the right set of purposes. Right? The generation before us had a very clear purpose defined. Keep us, India is a poor country. I need to do roti kapda makan for my family and for myself. Our generation has essentially taken roti kapda makan and built a layer on top of it. Unfortunately, like what Sonam said, that we've not been able to pass on to you that the next purpose is not, again, rebuilding roti kapda makan all over again. It's about doing something which is meaningfully impacting the world that you live in. You go above the Maslow's pyramid, right? Unfortunately, social media has taught you that you need to have the fanciest car, the fanciest house, more likes and loves on your Twitter and Instagram accounts. Gen AI, you know, we are the only country in the world who's using Gen AI to make these random memes of Donald Trump dancing, while the rest of the world is actually building LLM models. So somewhere that purpose has gone wrong. But that said, if you take Gen Z under your umbrella and are able to impart, you know, sense of belonging, a sense of the larger things that can be built together, the work outcomes are incredible, right? Like this kid is working 17 hours a day with a smile on his face. I hope you love your job. Right now, don't take the video. I'm talking to you. I hope you love your job. Maybe you do. Okay? But the kind of exposure that he is getting today at age 20, 22, 21, I challenge you, none of you will ever get it. And with that, the purpose that he is building for himself, the kind of relationships, this man knows more family offices in India than I do. His ability to go out and scout for those conversations is far higher than I can. Because for me, if I'm going and talking to a family office, or for all of us, right? As an entrepreneur, you're going and talking to an investor. As a incubator, you're going and talking to fellow entrepreneurs or investors. All of us, as we start growing older, we have a little sense of inhibition to do those first conversations. We start glorifying our own air before making those cold conversations. Now imagine a twin given to you who's younger and is going to have the same purpose like you and doesn't have all those inhibitions. That is the Gen Z, if you play it well with them. So I think there's a lot of potential. What you're lacking is a little bit of direction. People on this panel are prime examples of where you can find direction. So when you don't find jobs, you know where to apply. Okay. Moving on to content, storytelling, AI, and the influencer world that we are living in, right? Shonen, first question to you. You know, learned you blends creators, learning, and AI. How should students use this wave to accelerate their careers from where they stand at today?
So it's a very interesting time to ask this question, right? Just last week, I and a bunch of other founders were discussing how in today's day, because of AI, every CV looks the same, every assignment looks the same. People do the same interview prep and come in an interview, and sometimes you have Cluely open on the side and you're just, reciting what AI is telling you to say. That makes you sound like everybody else. All of you have some unique strengths, have some unique abilities, have some unique, right to win or advantage. But that doesn't come out because AI is a great averager. It makes everything averaged out to the kind of data it's seeing. So that's lost. Now, as people who are natively content consumers and creators, your advantage is show your unique abilities, perspectives, personalities, strengths via your content. Right? So if you consume so much content, you should be great at creating it, ideally. And if someone like us goes to your LinkedIn or your Twitter or your Instagram, whatever it is, when we see any of one of that, which is, let's say, professional facing, we should feel like, I want to work with this guy. I would be lucky to have this guy on my team. Right? How do I reach out to this person? How do I pull him in? That's what you want a recruiter to think about, because if you just focus on making one more CV, everybody has one. All of them look the same, and I'm not kidding, and half of them are not even real. Because you've not even written it anymore, AI has taken some assumptions and written it down. Half the people I know don't even read it after that. And these are smart people I'm talking about. Okay? So, use your content to put your unique perspective out, which means if you send a video with a job application, awesome. Which means you create just 10 good LinkedIn posts that when someone goes to your LinkedIn and sees your featured feed, sees that this guy has some real thought about something, whatever it is that you have a passion, mission about, or whatever you think you're great at. It also shows great drive. And the number one thing you have as a fresher is drive and learnability, because experience you don't have.
No.
Right? So
Nothing.
just using content to make yourself look different from the mass and show your unique ability is what I would say is the number one thing. All of you have a responsibility to do well for yourselves.
Just sort of tying that answer to a question for Sonia, right? That right to win can only be communicated to investors if you've been able to package a startup the right way. You may be the best entrepreneur building some of the best things out there, but if you're not able to communicate it essential ways where in the first 10 to 12 minutes you've not excited the investor enough, that conversation is lost. Have you in the last, so many